go from the east of Adelaide to the north of Tasmania, where the Coalition have nothing to lose. All the lower house seats, in fact, held by Labor, or, as we know, around Hobart, the independent Andrew Wilkie. And, of course, the seat of Braddon, 1.7%. It's one of those perennial marginals in the north of Tasmania. The Prime Minister's been back there this morning, and it's one that the Liberals are hopeful of reclaiming after narrowly missing out in last year's by-election. Let's go live to Andrea Crothers now. Andrea, what are you picking up on the ground? My sense is that Bass looking okay for Labor, shoring up the seat of Bass around Launceston, but Braddon is a different story. It could be one that the Liberals do pick up.
Yeah, that's right, Kieran. Talking to voters as they're coming out of the booth today, it's looking like it could be quite a tight race in Braddon, really anyone's game now. The Liberals are obviously hopeful that they will be able to reclaim it back off Labor. If the amount of times the Prime Minister's visited Tasmania 9 times since the start of the year, twice this week alone, is obviously an indication of just how tight it could be. Now, the other thing is they were obviously also part of this by-election last year after Labor's Justine Kea was part of that citizenship saga. Now, she scraped back in the by-election in July last year after preferences. So Liberals are hoping that this time with Gavin Pearce, local beef producer, popular identity. He's also the president of the local RSL sub-branch. They're hoping that he'll be able to get back over the line. And if the bookies' odds anything to go by, you'd imagine they do have a good chance. Now, a couple of weeks ago, he was far out on $2.65, whilst Justine Kea was the firm favourite on $1.45. Now, both have been running solid campaigns, but what's really sort of hurt Labor towards the end here is the franking credits policy. Now, there are a lot of older voters in this electorate, and it's also been revealed this week that Justine Kea had actually lobbied the ALP front bench against the policy, but obviously was unsuccessful in that regard, and is now since saying that she's standing by it and that it's all about priority. So it will remain to be seen just how much that does impact the vote here in Braddon. But another thing that is quite interesting also about the Northern Tasmania is the fight for the remaining Senate seats. Now, it's expected that the Libs and Labor will both pick up 2 Senate spots each. Green Senator Nick McKim is also fighting to keep his seat in the Senate, and it's really anyone's game for the last remaining seat there. Jackie Lambie comes from the north of Tasmania. She's fighting out. She was obviously also part of that citizenship saga where she lost her seat and Steve Martin was put in and then deflected to the Nationals. Now, they'll be fighting tooth and nail to claim that seat. I spoke to Jackie Lambie a short time ago. She says all things are fingers crossed, and I asked her what she'd do if she didn't win. Here's what she had to say.
Look, I actually haven't thought about that. I do know for the week after the election I have to go down and I have to remove all our signs, and I suppose it'll depend on whether I win or lose where my headspace will be, but certainly I'll be like any other normal Australian out there. I'll need a job for the future and I'll have to work out where I'm going in that space.
So Jackie Lambie says it's fingers crossed. It'll obviously remain to be seen who does win. Kieran.